Good evening, YouTube. Woo! Welcome all. What's up, Mike? What up, Dan? Hey, Matt. How are you?
Hey, what's up, guy?
Yeah,
What's up?
Good to see you. So nothing too crazy tonight on the agenda. As far as drinks go, this is an Imperial Stout.
Matt actually had some good taste.
Yeah, Matt picked this up. So kudos there. Clown shoes. You can't really go too wrong with clown shoes. They do pretty good. And I got some crazy Levante coming back from Pennsylvania as we speak, which I'm super amped about. There's a couple Imperial stouts that are on their way back to Connecticut, and a double IPA and another IPA. It's one of my favorite breweries, at least at this point in time in the U.S. Not that I've had them all, but I've had enough to where they are. I like them better than Treehouse. Dude, what the hell did you do?
I slid it from the side and the camera came on. What's up, Joseph?
All right. How do, why is this always a challenge? Oh, yeah. Well, that would make sense. There you go. Here, let me turn this. Oh, you have a really mischievous laugh.
Hey. Oh, don't trip over the lights, Jim.
Yeah,
How many
sure.
drinks have you had today?
Too many. Anyway, so that's we've had one of these already. We're gonna crack this and split this.
I really don't like the screen cover you got on here.
It's not a screen cover; it's glass.
It's a screen cover. Covers your screen. Protects it. All right, screen protector.
Whatever.
Look how dark that stuff is. Looks like muddy water.
Yep, best kind of water there is.
What's up, James?
Word. So,
Resurrection gene.
funny. They look pretty good. They just haven't shed yet, so they won't be coming out. Oh, well, I guess we can pull the one from the Kelly clutch that shed.
Yeah, the one that shed, yep.
We had one of those shed. I'm going to grab that.
We're doing great, James.
How are you? So there you go. At minimal, that's a spider exanthic. It just looks so good.
And again,
the side patterns are really kind of like spread out in some case. Well, maybe on just on this side.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's Kelly in here or not. It has a little bit of a shimmy for a head wobble. Nothing bad. I have full confidence it's going to eat. It is clearly exanthic after it has shed.
Yep.
It's a female, so that's even more reason why it's going to stay here.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for a few of you, if you weren't here, what happened with this clutch, it was a Pastel Spider Kelly exanthic male that was bred to a black pastel, not known for a het of anything, and then out popped some exanthic stuff. So it was a surprise clutch for sure. What's up, Mark?
Welcome. I'm going to put that one away.
Yep. So, as not if any of you don't know the story, that girl was the very first ball python that I had bought when we first started, and lo and behold, she happened to have one of the one SK exanthic that we're working with out of the 4 that are out there. So it was freaking awesome.
Yeah. So this afternoon, Matt came over a little bit early, and we ultrasounded some girls, and I'm gonna pull them out and let you guys take a look. There's one that's ovulating. We're not gonna mess with her, but we have 3 other ones that are 30 plus centimeters. So the chance of them absorbing at this point is super, super slim. just based on their size. Once they're 40 centimeters, that's considered an actual egg and it's no longer a follicle. So I guess there's still a slight chance that it could happen, but usually once they pass 25, you're usually pretty safe to say that they're going to go. So we're going to pull those out. We'll let you guys take a look at those, and then we're going to get into cut some eggs. Tonight won't be crazy long. I don't have a ton of stuff to show you, but we'll definitely take a look at these girls.
Welcome, Molina's. Welcome, Mark. Yeah, I did actually tell Adam, and he was quite shocked too. He had no clue.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Nice.
he had no clue that she even carried the gene either. So,
which is cool. So this first girl
you stay there.
is a pastel inchy yellow belly.
And she's a little hissy.
She's pissy. Yep, she doesn't want to be out here. She hasn't eaten in a minute. But like she's super thick. She's starting to get some of the triangular marks with her spine. And she measured out at 34 centimeters today, so that's phenomenal. She's more than likely going to go. And she is 66% het ghost. She was paired to a cinnamon. And
it's okay, Mama.
Pastel that is also 66% het ghost. So this is Pops, or what will be Pops. So cinnamon, pastel, Enchi, 66% het ghost. So
hopefully that ghost proves out on both sides.
Pastel, super Enchi, yellow belly, cinnamon ghost would be phenomenal.
Say that again.
It's stupid. It's just dumb. I mean, some of this stuff is just dumb.
Get it closer.
When you start thinking about it.
To Pops here.
Yeah, and there was yellow belly in his mix. There's a possibility he could have yellow belly. However, I've not really seen it in any of his markings, so I don't really think it's there. But
if Ivory's pop out,
Ivory, I'm not even going here. That's just stupid. That's just too much.
Welcome, Nicholas.
Yeah, and I last weighed her. She was end of July at 2,010 grams. I haven't weighed her in a minute, so I'm going to weigh her again.
Molina is making a special request that you show the cinnamon fire that she is going to be taking home.
Yeah, all right, we can do that. So she's still rated at $2,000.
And Mark wants to know is the dude that he have a sibling to that cinnamon guy?
Yes, the male that he picked up, absolutely.
Yep. Welcome, Wiz Constrictors.
This is the cinnamon fire boy that'll be making a journey to New Hampshire. As Melina requested, she is the purchaser of this guy. He shed maybe 4 or 5 days ago. He just looks crazy.
Yeah, get all that great blushing.
And never mind the blushing. Get down on this tail.
Yeah, we'll get down there. Where's this tail?
Look at it. I mean, that's just, it just starts to like...
Yeah, all that checkering.
All the pattern just starts to come apart and chain link together. And it's on both sides. It's just insane. Yeah, he's killer. And again, he's just shy of 400 grams. So, I mean, really easy in a couple months, he'll be ready to breed.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah, he looks real good. Cinnamon fire. All right, so the next girl
that is going, or will be going.
Yeah, well, it looks like she's going to go. She measured in at 30 centimeters.
No problem, Melina. Anytime.
30 centimeters. Is this girl here? This is a pastel red stripe yellow belly. And she was paired to a pastel clown, And the whole time she was paired to the Pastel Clown, I never got any reading
whatsoever.
She got one lock with the Blade Clown, and then 2 weeks later, she read in the neighborhood of like 13 centimeters, and then she had another lock, and we're like 2 weeks after that point, and with the same snake, and she's at like 30. So, and she had, so typically females will have, they can have two chains of follicles, or two rows, if you will. And it looked like she had two rows of follicles going on, and usually it's just one that actually ends up going.
Well, she was the bigger one. It was the one over there that had the stuff everywhere.
Oh, all right. Well,
yep. She
that'll
had
be the
she had,
next one.
yeah, she had on the red stripe one. We could actually see the embryo inside of it,
Yeah,
which was
right.
pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull the male, at least the second male. Oh, he's busy.
Yeah, you got him in a bin.
Yeah, I got him in a bin, so we won't look at him.
Yeah, he's with the leopard lav. He's hiding out there with her. Come out of there. Yeah, and this girl is thick. You just by looking at her, you can tell that she's got multiple rows of eggs or follicles going on.
This is in October of 17, female.
And she looks good and a little hissy.
And so she's not quite 2.
Easy.
But she looks really nice, super fat. She is ready to go. She hasn't had a meal in like 3 weeks, so to be this thick, yeah, that's that double row of follicles going on.
Get an overhead of her. Look how thick that girl. Like her head is so tiny, but then you look at the rest of her body and it is massive.
Yeah, she's super chunky. So she's gonna go. She was bred to an OD fire, so I'm fully expecting to have some really nice animals, especially with all this reduced pinstripe pattern going on.
Yeah, see what it does.
And I get OD in there and fire in there. That's just going to be stupid.
Dave says she looks like a blood. She's so thick.
I know.
Come here. Come here.
Pop's got some stuck shed, but we'll pull him out anyway.
And there's Pops. Man, look how like bright that is.
So layer this on top of that. It's just going to be craziness.
Get a close up. Yeah, look at you.
Yeah, you can see a little bit of that stuck shed up there by the head.
Yeah, he's got a little bit. It's been a little dry here.
Yeah, the season's kind of changing, and it's, you know, even though I dampen the
bedding,
the enclosures for these guys, it just never seems enough.
Yeah, that's gonna, seeing those combined together, that's gonna be some killer stuff right there.
Yeah, super excited.
What are her genetics? She is
She's a
pinstripe, but she came from a jigsaw, so a pinstripe Mojave that
is pinstripe
Mojave.
Yeah.
It's
pin.
And he's been kind of throwing this weird stuff around everywhere. So we have another jigsaw that doesn't look like a jigsaw that came from him. That doesn't look quite so normal. So she's got this really reduced pattern compared to what a normal pinstripe looks like.
You know, so who knows? At this point, nothing's ever been proven as far as the pinstripe goes that, you know, there's a visual difference in a super. So maybe it means nothing. I don't know.
But she looks really cool.
Yeah, but I'm excited to cut more eggs.
Yeah, so we only have 2 more clutches in the incubator as of right now.
And then 1 girl that's ovulated and 3 more that are going to go. So there's at some point going to be 4 more stuff going in there, and eventually, you know, December, January, February, somewhere around there, those will be ready, and there'll be more live streams.
Our longest season ever.
Yeah, and most clutches ever. This particular clutch is maybe I'll bring Mom.
Yeah, we see Mom.
We got a little time.
And we can even see Daddy, too.
Yeah, we can do that.
Welcome, Donnie.
And I don't give enough shout outs to this guy. This is a girl though. This is a Pastel GHI. No hets that I know about. I picked this girl up from Constriction Addiction. So Daniel Allison out of North Carolina. And for an adult female,
She
just looks good.
Yeah.
Like you get all these gold notes coming. Really bright in color, nice contrast.
There's your head.
You get the darkness from the GHI. There's that head.
Nice pickup, Donnie. A super GHI Inchy.
Yeah, that's a good one to have.
Yeah, just look at all.
She got like those copper eyes. They're just crazy.
Yeah, just take a look at that pattern. She just looks really good.
Yeah, Mama. Yeah, Mama was a mouser before
Yeah.
she was all done with everything.
A little preview. Here's our 8 good eggs. And then to Daddy.
Pops. So, Lav Albino, 100% het for SK Xanthic. So there'll be some stuff hanging in the background, but visually we'll be looking at pastels, normals, and GHIs, and any combination thereof, which is pastel GHI.
You know what I'm thinking?
Nope, I don't.
If one of you do get a GHI and it just happens to be het for SK Xanthic.
GHI Snow?
Black pastel GHI Xanthic.
Yeah.
There's
all kind of stuff happening.
Woo! That'd be some dark stuff right there.
And that's why you build for the future. You don't always breed for now. So here we go. First egg. Oh, there we go.
And it's a GHI.
That's a pastel GHI.
Nice, look at that.
100% het for Lav, 50% het for
SK.
Xanthic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby.
Good.
Right there. I just
Under some more light over here.
Hold back.
Oh, for sure.
And she gave us 1, 2,
8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 eggs. We had good odds with the egg count this year.
Yeah.
I think there was only one girl at 7. Everybody else was 8 or better.
The black pastel.
Black pastel. And here is a GHI.
Yeah, the black pastel albino gave us 4 this year. She was the lowest count.
Yeah. So this is a straight GHI. You can see the difference when we go back over there.
Yeah, you get a whole bunch of blushing, and then that one has none whatsoever.
Yeah, you get like definitely some color differences there. So you got a GHI and a pastel GHI. I like it already.
Yeah,
That's good odds.
Good odds so far too.
So what are we calling on this one? Is this going to be a normal?
Is that the one? No, that is the one we thought was a pastel. So
window. That's the other one.
I'm gonna go.
Matt was cheating on the other one. He was looking in the window of the egg.
I'm gonna say pastel.
You're gonna say pastel. I'm gonna say GHI pastel.
Is that pastel?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's some of the blushing. There it is.
And it's not quite the same. So.
Yeah, that looks good.
But you can still see a lot of the yellow.
So another holdback. You're gonna hold back one of or
well,
male and a female.
If they're girls, I don't know. The girls I'm gonna hold on to for sure. The male.
What do you guys think of those easy hatch trays?
They look great.
But but if you have like a massive clutch?
Well, they hold 10 eggs, which most clutches aren't going to be beyond 10.
True.
For me, I don't because I have a full-time job, so I still work Monday through Friday, and I can't be here when the eggs are laid or when they're finished.
Right.
And so most of my eggs I don't pull apart unless they don't fit in a bin. So for me to use them, they're a great idea. They'll probably work fantastically, and I like the way they look.
Right.
For me, though, that means I have to literally pull apart every clutch and I just don't do that. So it's a great design idea, and that's awesome that Breeders Circle was on top of that, and they filled that market, that niche, and it looks like they have. A lot of people are buying them and are raving about them. Me, because I work, they just it's not my. Yeah, I don't know that it'll work for me. So this is a pastel.
That was the window, right? Yep.
Yeah, this is the window. We saw this one ahead of time. This is a pastel, 100% het for lav, pas het for exanthic.
So some of the questions. What should I get to pair to my pasta of a hypo female to? I was thinking a clown head hypo. That wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
The Mojave clowns look good, and you can put hypo on top of that. It's going to be even better. Anytime you can work with a double het, again, we said this last night's video, you're just like solidifying your position in the market for those specific animals. Because, I mean, if you can hit the double het stuff, there's not, it's so hard to hit based on odds. There's not ever going to be a ton of them.
Yeah.
Probably not for another 5 or 6 years where, there's a double het with combo genes and they're just being bred all the time. Eventually, there'll be more, but right now, there's not a ton of them. So if you can do that double het pairing, yeah, you're solidifying your place in the market.
Right.
You'll keep what you want, and you're gonna have a ton of stuff.
Another
Wow,
pastel
dude,
GHI.
that one looks really good.
That one's got to be a het for everything.
Yeah, I would agree. Because so that's 4 GHIs in a pastel.
Dude, you're rocking the odds right now, dude.
Yeah, and Matt's going to show you. You're going to look at this one compared to everything else. Totally different. Like, almost looks like a super pastel.
You look at that one, and then this one right next to it is a pastel GHI. And then you look at this one, and holy cow.
Yeah.
Lori, could you, I'm kind of having a hard time understanding the question. Could you,
What did she say?
That one there.
She's new. Last snake, it looked... I'm looking for one for me to look like banana. Can you guys help me and show me how they are different? Yeah, I don't understand that either.
Yeah, if you can just clarify your last question, Lori, so that way we'll be able to help you answer what you're looking for.
All right, here we go. So this is number 6.
I'm going to go GHI. Nope.
I'm going to go, I don't know. I have to say pastel.
Because of the blushing down at the bottom.
Yeah, it's definitely not normal, but it doesn't look GHI either.
Yeah, maybe. All right, back up.
Sweet. Sorry about that. So I have 2 networks in the house, and inevitably the one furthest away from where we're at now is the one I connect to when I first come in the house, and I always forget to switch over. So I apologize that you guys are dealing with that. We got 2 more eggs. Matt's going to zoom down on this last one and just give you a look at it. It looks a little funky. It's definitely not GHI. It's definitely not just pastel. And it sure isn't a normal.
Definitely some influence of some of some sort.
Yeah, I agree with that. Normal? That's a normal.
That is definitely a normal.
100% lavender.
50%.
50% exanthic. So if it's normal, it's normal. And again, if you look at these 2, there's lots of flames. There's blushing. The color is different. So there's definitely a difference between those 2.
All right, and now we're down to the final egg.
The final countdown. And we stand at 4 GHIs, a pastel, and what I'll call 2 normals at this point. So the odds are just phenomenal right now. I'm super happy with this.
What are you saying the last egg is?
Dude, I don't do that.
Well, I'll say it for you.
Okay.
I'm going to go straight out GHI.
Just GHI. Pastel.
Damn it.
But still, great odds
Great
on
odds.
this clutch. 100% het for lavender. So there'll definitely be a few animals available out of this clutch, unlike the last couple.
This will be a keeper, for sure. No matter if it's a boy or a girl.
Yeah, that one
there.
Yeah.
And then depending on what we hit for girls, Jim will make a decision on what he's going to keep.
Right, and more than likely it'll only be, if I hit a really nice girl, I'll keep her on top of that crazy
That
one.
one is insane.
If that crazy one is a girl, then, two birds, one stone.
Yeah, definitely great clutch, Dave, for sure.
Wow.
The father to the clutch was a lavender albino. Asked why it looks like banana. We have we can actually put the lavender albino next to a banana because we have one of each.
Yeah, we can do that.
See
what the difference is, because there is a huge difference. So this is a banana.
James says he has room in his rack for some of those GHI.
Nice. Well, I don't have enough room in my racks for all of them, so it sounds like there's a deal to be had. And this is the lavender albino. So you can see there's definitely some differences. Banana is an incomplete dominant. There is a super form. Lavender albino is a recessive, so it would require this gene being on both sides. So male and female have to carry this gene either in the background or visually for it to show up. Bananas can just be in one animal and still show up. So, I mean, really simplistically, that's really the difference. Plus, you get a little different in color, and you get a lot of speckling in the banana, where the labs won't have any of that speckling at all.
And this is a phenomenal looking banana too, by the way.
And honestly, I'm surprised she still looks the way she does.
She hasn't
with the size
dulled out at all.
Yeah, she's about 600-700 grams, and just not crazy speckled, but still has a lot of orange, a lot of yellow, and really great purple contrast.
And by the way, she is also a het for clown.
Yeah, yeah, which could be helping in some of the color contrasts. Hets tend to do that. But again, this girl was a problem feeder when she started, and I had to assist feed her and assist feed her and assist feed her in the neighborhood of like 2 to 3 months. I thought it was never going to end, and then she just started eating, and now she's a machine. Stuff goes in the bin, and she's making up for lost time. She
turned into a beast.
Oh, she looks great. She does well. She eats good. I've got no problems with her at this point.
No, so
I'm hoping she doesn't hit a wall.
Right. No, unfortunately, Lori, we don't have any banana babies this year.
Yeah, Mama decided to not go. She went off feed for a very, very long time this season and just didn't make so she stayed in her bin until she decided to eat. Yep. And she's been chowing and looks good for this coming season. So we will definitely have banana stuff this coming year for sure. Not only from a mom, which will definitely give us females, but we have a male that has 2 or 3 clutches planned for him. So there'll be plenty of bananas to go around this coming season.
And if funds happen to go my way, hopefully,
there'll be another one.
There'll be another banana being picked up.
I guess we can't ever not look at the Mackenzie.
Right. Hey, Mike, did you get video back? If not, just exit out and then pop back in.
So this girl, I love looking at. Yeah, there you go.
They like looking at you.
She's amazing. This is a Mackenzie gene. And some people tell me there's something else going on that work with the Mackenzie, and other people that work with the Mackenzie tell me it's a single gene. I have, other than this girl and a Mac Fire that I have no experience with this gene and what combos look like. So I'm waiting to find out. She's at like 1,200 grams. She should hit weight by the end of the year. She'll be the age, so she'll be paired. We'll see what happens. There's pretty interesting pairing for her anyway,
Yep.
and we'll see what happens with that. And that will tell us if there is actually something else in there or not.
Right. Oh, and we were talking about girls that were going. The one that was ovulating that we didn't mention is a black pastel pinstripe that went to our black pastel pinstripe het pied that went to our albino pied. So hopefully some black pastel pinstripe pied het albino stuff. So
this girl just shed. I think yesterday, and I cleaned today.
Good old Cypress.
Yeah, she looked good. So Mojave Cypress. This girl came from Always Evolving Pythons from Miguel. This is actually his holdback. There's a whole story with that. I'll let you guys kind of go back through my videos to find that video. It's kind of pretty funny. And there's another video when we went out to see them that I kind of
brought it up.
Yeah, kind of brought it up. That was kind of funny too. But yeah, slightly a little bit different between this girl and the one that I was supposed to get. This girl's a little bit darker along the dorsal, but they both look fantastic, and they have this full back stripe. This one has this one break right here, but other than that, it's like fully intact. Looks fantastic. Fantastic. That's my word tonight. She looks great. Yeah.
Care to divulge on what her plans are? Or do you?
We'll be working on our website with our pairings page. We do that every year so that you guys can kind of follow along and see what we're doing. The Mackenzie Fire will be going to see this girl. I'll pull him out. So these two. Yeah.
Could you imagine that and that together? That's just going to look some crazy
what
stuff.
The Mojave with this will do, or the Cypress, will do. Like it's going to be mind blowing. Again, more of that dry climate just killing me.
Yeah, this fall, this cold weather that's kicking in has been killing us.
It's been like a roller coaster ride up here. Yeah, well, this will be a solid pairing. I'm very excited for this, to see the Mackenzie and Cypress together. I don't know that that's been done before.
Yes, the max combination in there would be a Mackenzie Fire Mojave Cypress.
And if I get odds like that, Clutch,
woo!
Yeah, baby. This is a crazy looking blackhead.
Oh, look how dark that thing is.
That's dark.
It's
about as dark as it gets.
Right one, yeah, definitely New England weather for sure.
Yeah, Mackenzie Regine.
Mackenzie?
Wow. Blackhead Regine. Yeah, Mackenzie on the brain with all the Mackenzie pairings that are going on this year. Yeah, super dark. That'll be nice. I haven't even weighed her. I don't know. I don't plan for that she'll hit weight this year. Yeah, she's a 7/18. So again, she's kind of off the spectrum as far as breeding plans this season goes. But she just seems to keep getting darker and darker.
So that answers your question, James. When do we plan to have blackhead? Not this year.
Next season. Next season, unless I can pick something up that's big and ready to go and goes. But,
right.
That's not even on the agenda of itself.
Man, I wish that Kelly clutch had shed out so we had those guys to show off.
Yeah, that would have been cool. This girl's pretty cool. She does good on Instagram and such. This is a black pastel leopard yellow belly.
Welcome, Elite Exotics.
And she just glows. I mean, she looks really good.
Oh, sorry, James, it cut out. We won't have any blackhead this year, so it's probably going to be next year.
Yeah, no pairings planned. I don't have any males, so the girls I have are just not up to size.
Nice, Joe. Picked up a super black pastel Leeson line.
I don't know who that is. I have some research to do. Yeah, this girl. This came from the big black pastel girl that we had from last year. So she's going to be a monster girl.
So that means
crazy.
This one is now pos het
Exanthic.
SK Exanthic. Yep. Yeah. So when it comes to that, I have a bunch of girls that now are pos het Exanthic stuff that I am going to try and prove out this year, to see if they're happen to carry the gene themselves. Yes, James, 2021. Unless we pick up something before then we might have blackhead this year. All depends.
Seeing that we're on a GHI discussion tonight, this is a Kabelka. She's she's to age, but just barely not to weight.
I think she'll make it.
She'll make weight. I think she was like 12. Yeah, she was 1,100 grams.
July.
Yeah, back in July. So she's been eating good, but she was on and off for a long time, and lately she's been a strong feeder. So very excited to get her into the breeding mix.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to see what you decide to breed to her.
Yeah, there's some ideas there. Especially with the GHI
and the red stripe together. Mm-hmm.
Crazy. But how about a male?
This guy's cool.
So bananas. We're asking about bananas. This is a pastel banana.
Sorry, James, that's me. My bad.
Adder. What?
He says, I think your camera's drunk. No, that's me. My bad.
Yeah, Matt don't drink.
Oh, I'm drinking, but...
I thought you drive, though. Oh, you just didn't drink. Okay. So you were wussing out yesterday.
No.
Anyway, this is a banana adder spider.
Which I originally had plans for him to go do the black pastel this upcoming year, which now has changed. So now I got to figure something else out for this guy.
Yeah, I think I still have pairings for him, so it'll be good. He doesn't wobble. There's a little head tilt, but like he eats every single time. Does very well, very strong. No issues that I want to complain about as far as the banana goes. Very little speckling. You get some of that purple down the back that comes from the adder.
Maybe. Well, no. Never mind.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Banana adder spider.
I was thinking the nerd girl.
Yeah, you could. And then I want to show you a single gene animal that just looks really, really good. And it's kind of related to last night's video a little bit. So this is the boy. This is the wild caught yellow belly line, as we're calling it anyway, that came from Monoromorphs.
Clown banana spider? Yeah, that could look pretty cool.
Yeah. I wish he was het for clown.
This guy. Yeah.
That'd be an accelerated process.
For sure.
Yeah. So this guy just looks phenomenal. I mean, the flames are just like clear. They're a different color. Great colors. He just looks like ridiculous. Really no head stamp. A lot of yellow bellies have like a little head stamp. He doesn't have that. And then the belly is just kind of classic yellow belly. Although from what Dan has produced, the ivories, they look like really good ivories, and this guy looks really good. And I just makes me wonder if this is what yellow bellies looked like way back when they first started to come into the market.
Right.
And they just get a little diluted. They get a little washed out over time by just not properly selecting a high quality yellow belly. I don't know. Based on the results of what it's produced, that's all I can really say at this point, unless it proves out to something else. But it looks really, really good.
And then Dan said, there is a question still if het for pied, don't forget. Is it that yellow belly you're talking about, Dan? It's still a question if it's het for pied? Or which animal are you talking about?
That's first news for me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that one still it's pos het for
Pied.
pied.
So yeah, there's a possibility that could be adding some color influence or whatever, but typically the flames don't like show like that. Like that's crazy.
Well, if that one's pos het for pied, you might have to toss it into some of your light ivory stuff and see what it does.
Yeah, I could make some ivory pieds. She ate too much this weekend. I'm not pulling her out yet.
Let's see, who else could we pull out?
That's always a hit. Look at this one.
James, past 2 seasons, my yellow bellies are coming out really busy pattern. That's cool. Ringer on a sibling and tracks on. Our Pastel Desert Ghost.
Yep, she'll be seeing our Resurrection gene this coming year. So we're going to waste no time putting that Resurrection gene into Desert Ghost. He'll be also going to a clown combo girl, an Inchy clown. So we'll have Inchy Resurrection gene het for clowns. So we'll get the receptors working and see what that does, which should be really, really good.
James, the resurrection gene is the resurrection gene.
That's right. That's how you know it. I've got another
this one looks good.
Inchy albino girl, but she doesn't look this good. This girl has a lot of white separation.
A lot of pattern.
Yeah, for a 1,200 gram girl, like she's still holding some crazy color.
Really, man? Jim's erection gene.
I'm not touching that one. Not live on YouTube.
Oh, man. Yeah, I see a lot of the separation. You really see it in there. Yeah, the other one is more of just solid yellow.
Yep.
Let me get into that head. So it's a blue snake from James.
It's not saying a word.
It's going back between James and Dan.
Yeah,
So
I'm not touching that one. We'll let you guys guess at this one. This will be a fun test.
Oh, is that the clown?
Nope.
Oh no. That's the really cool looking one.
So you can comment down below and tell me what you think that is.
Flew over Matt's head. Figures. I'm waiting to see that purple fro, Dan.
Frodo Baggins.
Did we ever decide what color he was going to dye his beard?
Orange. Purple hair, orange beard. And if anybody's on tonight and wondering what we're talking about, you can go
look
to
at our
last
video.
night's live stream. And it ended up being pretty funny. There was actually a few funny notes. Are there any comments down here what people think this thing is?
No. Anybody have a guess? Pastel with something.
That's what everybody says.
Yep, that's what we think too.
Yeah, pretty much. This came out of a pastel banana to a pastel clown.
Oh yeah, the pink beard. That's right.
So the only real possibility is it's definitely not banana. It's not a super pastel. So all this can really be based on the genetics known is a pastel. And I've had a few experienced eyeballs look at this thing and they swear there's something else in here.
Elite Exotics was Enchi Yellow Belly Desert Ghost.
I
wish, right?
I so wish. That would be phenomenal if that all kind of came out of the mix.
What was the pairing again?
Pastel banana to pastel clown.
So maybe a het influence, maybe?
One killer het influence. Again, I've explained the pairing to some of the elite minds of the industry on a few trips last year, and
Maybe
I
there's
mean, it's a pastel, but there's something else in it. Like it almost looks like an OD pastel, but you know, not knowing what else could possibly be, and looking at the animals themselves, the mom and dad. Yeah, I don't know.
maybe there's
I don't
another hidden head in there somewhere.
know. It could be. Who knows?
No, not a super pastel. Not enough blushing, especially in the head.
Yeah, I mean, I can show you a super.
Yeah, Jim's got a super pastel up here,
It's a bit older, but
but you can see how much blushing it has compared to this one.
so you can see just based on that, all the blushing, the dorsal stripe, all that stuff, way, way, way more blushing going on in this animal, which is a super,
Yeah.
and how dark the contrast is over here, which is just a pastel. So I definitely don't think it's like two genes of pastel going on in here.
Where's your hand?
This one also has yellow belly, which is why you get all this like crazy flaming and like really nice yellow color.
There's your head.
Yeah, and the head is definitely a little bit different from one to the other, but
There we go. Good visual side by side.
freaking dry. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, doesn't a pastel OD look like that?
Dan says it has the mark on the back of the neck like his. Let him borrow it. It's got the fork on the back of the neck.
Fork you? What?
The little fork that's on the back of the.
Yeah.
So I'll let him borrow it.
Yeah, it's that clown. So if you want to send something this way, maybe we'll talk about a breeding loan.
What is one snake that doesn't change that much? You mean as from a baby to an adult?
None of the ball pythons.
The pastel desert ghosts seem to be keeping her
but they
sane.
still change. Like she's still changing. When you look at an adult pastel desert ghost, they look very different than even what she looks like. And she was like crazy yellow when I first got her. So I would say you would almost have to get out ball pythons.
Yeah.
To get something like that. Because even like an albino.
And then Dan was asking, is it the same clutch as the super pastel het clown he got from you?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, albino doesn't change much.
Yeah, it does. Or my opinion is it does.
The black pastel albino? Does it change a lot?
It changes quite a bit.
Russo? I haven't worked much with Russo, so I'm not...
I can't talk about that one. I'm talking about my little... Yeah, she looks good. She's a beast eater. So this girl was September of 18. So she's a year old, and she's right around 700 grams.
Look at that eyeball. We do have Extreme Gene.
Yep.
We actually have two.
I picked these up from Ken Masick. This is a Butter Extreme. This is a female. So if you've ever looked at just butter, this is night and day difference to just a straight butter. The color is just off the chart.
It gets sharp.
Dad jokes.
And then you want to pull out that other one and just put it side by side?
Yep. Oh, side by side? We can do that. So this girl is like, and
you can tell her scales are all stretched.
Yeah, she's pretty thick. She's been eating really good. Just really like this last third of the body.
There's just
there's just like no normal pattern, and that's usually what you start in like gene stuff. And when you look at this tail, you get a lot of that same stuff. It just kind of gets blown out at the end, and that's all from the Extreme Gene. And you get that amplification of color.
What's the second one? Second one is an OD Extreme.
Yeah, so Orange Dream Extreme Gene and Butter Extreme Gene.
Yeah, it's definitely an enhancing gene for sure.
Yep. Not too much pattern mutation.
But color.
But yeah, definitely a color pop. This girl's about to go into shed. That's why she doesn't really look all that great compared to this one that shed just several days ago. And both of these girls will be breeding this year. So that'll be fantastico.
They even bred for us this year, but they decided they didn't want to give us anything. What else can we show?
I'm about out of stuff.
I got a couple things over there I can show.
If you like the dark side,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be your ticket. That's a leopard GHI posset for pied.
And I have... Oh, never mind. I ended up getting a boy from that clutch. Originally had this boy, so GHI leopard, going to a Mojave black pastel albino, except it's a boy. So that plan is now out the window.
Be the ivory het pied, so the mini maker mom. So we'll definitely have some GHI leopard yellow belly pied stuff going on. Hopefully, he has a lot of the markers for pied. You got like all these tail striping on the back, a lot of the tracks down below. So I'm pretty sure this dude will prove out, but we will see with time.
Yep.
You want to show a couple things, and then I think we're done.
Sure. Oh, you're in shed. But you still look good.
What do you got here?
So this here is a pastel leopard Enchi yellow belly, posset pied, and now posset SK xanthic. So, which now kind of explains a little bit of the color difference that we're seeing between the other pastel leopard Enchi yellow bellies that we have.
Elite, we are rated in the neighborhood of about 100 adults. So the babies that are hatching are not really counted. So our everyday tally, if you will, is right around 100 animals in house.
And this girl is actually, her colors are subdued. She's currently starting to shed. I looked at her underside of her belly and she had some shed starting to break loose. So she is actually not as bright as what she would be in the next couple days. But down the road, looking to possibly prove her out for xanthic and see if she's got it.
Yep. Or pied.
Or pied.
So she is a posset lightning.
Yeah.
On both sides. So that's just craziness.
And she got some crazy looking eyes too. Sit still long enough. Yeah, that one looks really good. Did you shed finally? Nope.
Looking for a female yellow belly visual TSK when you guys make some.
Well, I have a fire yellow belly het xanthic that I'm breeding this year. And she's going to go to the Kelly boy. So.
Yeah, there's a possibility there.
Yep. So this here is an Inferno. So a pastel Hidden Gene Walnut Granite yellow belly. Het xanthic.
Well, Elite, that's kind of a tricky question because we're really still building our... We got to remember to bring this up. All right, there you guys are. So what I was saying is a little bit tricky this season for us as there was a lot of new pairings going on. We paired in the neighborhood of about 30 females, and what looks like we're going to have about 16 to 17 go. Next year, this coming season, we're going to pair in the neighborhood of, what, 50?
I think you had almost 40 alone by yourself, right?
Yeah, so right around
like
50 or 50 or so, whatever. Yeah. I don't know, half of those go. 25 to 30 will probably go this coming season. It'll be a massive, massive increase for us.
Definitely.
And we, in the future, once I got girls to size and they're all like ready to go, I'm not going to pair everything. Girls will get years off. In the beginning, it's just been a little knowing who, then they don't always go for you. So
Right.
this year, most of our stuff will be in the neighborhood of about 1,500 grams plus that we'll be pairing. So we should really.
Welcome,
Yeah,
Jay.
yeah, Jay, you did miss the cutting, but I can go back through those and show them to you. I have no problem showing new babies for sure. This is an Inferno het for Xanthic.
Yep. And now I'm looking at the belly and stuff. This would almost look pretty good with sugar.
Yeah, that'll just like amplify that a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Get a lot more yellow in there.
Yeah, that's a good looking.
So we had a Pastel. Thanks, Melina. It looks like a Pastel GHI. A GHI. A GHI. That's right. Another Pastel. A couple odd looking normals. And then this crazy, insane, like whacked, blushed out GHI combo. So, I mean, the only thing in the mix here is Pastel GHI to a lavender albino het for Xanthic. So I don't know what that means, but it looks really, really good, and more than likely we'll be staying here.
All right. Now,
Yeah, I agree, Jay. It's that last one is crazy, but here's a treat for everybody.
my pride and joy of what I produced this year.
And this one just shed.
This is a puzzle boy, and so we ended up producing a pastel puzzle and 2 puzzles. The puzzles were 1.1, so I kept the 2 puzzles. This puzzle, its pattern, its color, it's fighting on me right now.
And I'm definitely a lot closer to him than Matt is.
I'm way over here. Like his color and his pattern just really, really popped. That was the reason why we decided not to go with the pastel puzzle. This guy just happened to show a lot more, and this guy's really going to try to...
Yeah, voice Nick, that's fun.
But yeah, you can just look at the side, and all that white that's coming up the side, the orange colors, all the crazy pattern. This is a really, really good representation of the puzzle, Gene.
Yeah, Lori. This whole clutch is like a bunch of little cobras. And that's pretty typical. I don't know if it's this extreme with the puzzle gene, but they are known to be, very good eaters, very feisty. I agree with you, Jay. I love it too. Puzzle TSK, absolutely in the works. That's in the plans for sure. But, Cobra Commander. Oh, I like it, Dan. Nice. Matt is the Cobra Commander. Some people don't like the feisty, snappy stuff. Like it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to work with when you're cleaning cages. At the same time, those animals kind of eat nonstop, and that's really more what I'm focused on is.
Or if you're trying to take a picture of the whole clutch. That was fun.
It makes for a good video.
It does. And now it's focused in on Jim.
Yeah, Puzzle Banana. Again, we have the ingredients. We just got to make the hets, and we're a little bit slow to the puzzle game as to some of these guys are. But
yeah,
the price point of a puzzle is not for everybody to work with, so it's been a challenge for us to get started. But we're here, nonetheless. We got visuals on the ground, and next thing you know, yep, they're going to be all kind of hets and visuals and stuff going down. So it'll be good.
Yeah, I'll bring out the other mom that I'm going to breed this year that I didn't breed last year.
Yeah, well, that's kind of funny you say that, James, because they are all at pretty much eye level in the rack. There's a couple down below, and then there's a couple up high. So you open those things up, you got to be ducking and weaving, otherwise you're going to get tagged. You want one more or 2 more, and then kind of call it at that?
Yep, I'll do this one, and then we'll call it.
Oh, the big girl, yeah. Gotta love that cocoa.
All right, this will be. Well, actually, She was to size. I tried breeding her last year, but she didn't want anything to do with it.
What is this?
This is a Pastel Lesser, 100% het for puzzle.
What does she weigh?
She currently weighs.
Roughly.
Beginning of August, she was 1,600 grams.
Yeah, she looks a little bit bigger than that now, but.
Yep. So, I'm current something in the future.
It's a little hush hush.
Well, I'll see how that goes. If not, then the planned breeding will be my pastel het puzzle. Puzzles.
Yeah, or if the other one comes, which is big enough to breed already.
Yep. Yep. So I'm excited about the puzzle stuff. It's my favorite gene that I've always wanted to work with.
Thanks, Elite. We appreciate that. Those will be coming. So what's next on the agenda for us before we close out here?
Let's see. We got the show in October in Manchester, New Hampshire,
which is October 6th.
Yep. We will be sharing a table with Monroe Morphs. Thank you, Dan. We appreciate it.
Monroe.
Monroe.
Okay. Whatever. Tomato. Monroe.
So yes, we'll be sharing a table with them.
Row. Sorry, whatever. I can't.
And then after that, we have the White Plains Super Show, which I believe is November 10th.
Yep.
So a whole another floor that's being added on. So I hope to see a whole bunch of people there. We'll be in the annex more than likely. And I think that's it for shows this year. I think there's those two. Jim will be heading to Tinley in October 10th, right?
Yep. So 10/10 will be my drive day. I'll be driving out to Tinley, and then that opens Friday night for VIP pass holders, and then Saturday, Sunday show. We'll be staying over. Monday will be our drive back day, and then I have Tuesday off as well for recovery day, which will be much needed.
Yeah. With a 12 to 15 hour drive, you definitely need some recovery time. And then we start the whole year over again, doing shows.
Yeah, I mean, after the Super Show, I don't have there typically isn't anything planned in December here. So we won't see anything until like January.
So yeah, December we should have an egg cutting.
I agree, Lee. Definitely. Any of the shows are a lot of fun.
Yeah, definitely. We have a
blast.
But
we vend stuff here, so for me to go to Tinley on one of the biggest ones and not vend and hang out with, friends that I've met over the past 4 or 5 years, that's always a fantastic time. The wife goes with me, so there's a whole entourage that's there. It's a good time.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure there's no other questions. You're welcome, Lori. We haven't really done too many weekend stuff until the past couple weeks. It's just kind of worked out with the cutting schedule for the eggs and where they kind of fall.
And speaking of that, shoot.
Yeah, we're 2 weeks out for the next cutting. So
which is the New Hampshire show.
Yeah, so it'll probably be the day before, the day after. We'll have to see exactly where the date of that clutch lines up. And see where that'll fall, but
right, and that egg cutting is going to be the double het albino pied to the albino pied. So
hopefully half the clutch is albino pieds. And how many eggs are in there? Do you remember? Is there 7?
7 eggs.
7 eggs.
Yep.
So three albino pieds.
Yeah.
So if he hits a girl, we'll keep one. Anything else will be available. So definitely stay dialed into that.
Yeah, because I don't need a boy because he's already doing the work.
He's up to work and he's happening.
Yep. And then Jim will, after that, which is roughly 30 days out, will have his Pastel Lesser Yellow Belly.
Yeah, the clown clutch.
Het clown.
Yeah, clown, a.k.a. clown clutch. So we'll see how that works. So hopefully I can get some of Dan's mojo poured onto that clutch and get some visual clowns out of there. So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So we plan to do a video, but before the next 2 weeks. So if any of you have any recommendations on what you would like us to talk about, what would you like to see, leave it down in the comments below. We'll use some. We can definitely use some recommendations on some.
Well, I've not heard of a Connecticut Expo. There's a Connecticut Pet Expo show.
Yeah, which I believe is a show and tell type thing. You can't sell.
You can't sell. Yeah, so you know a little bit more than me.
I think because I think Adam with Harrison Wonderland, he goes to that. I believe.
Oh, does he? Yeah. And Dan says he'll be over with his golden scissors. Actually, I'm liking the odds from my golden scissors.
Yeah, you hit 4 GHIs out of 8 eggs.
Yeah, so right down the middle, which is exactly what it should be, but you almost never get what you're supposed to. 2 pastels and then maybe
a couple normals.
Kind of weird looking normals.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll take it all day long. And what will be coming next is the update for the Inchy Het Grail stuff. Once they shut out the Kelly clutch, which we've had one shut out, you guys saw in the beginning, and then the Spider Resurrection Gene clutch, or Cine Spider Resurrection Gene clutch. Once they shut out, we'll definitely do live streams to do at least those updates and kind of finish that up.
You're pointing to the table.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
It's because you're just standing there and you're not really pretty, so I didn't want to like totally ruin the.
Do you want to put your ugly mug in front of it for the end?
No, you can go ahead and finish this.
I pretty much said most of the stuff. You got anything else to add on?
I don't think so.
All right, so that is it for us tonight. So thank you for joining us. Thanks for taking time out of your day to watch our egg hunting, us look at other snakes, and just kind of hang out and talk. So we look forward to seeing you guys on the next video.
Peace.